Rhys, I've come to your works, mate. What's the place called?
Alkins.
Alkins.
Yeah, it's the old guy who my dad bought it off. That's what it was called.
Oh, so this is your dad's place, is it?
It's my dad's place, this. Yeah,
so which one was your dad in there then?
Yeah, the taller one, grey hair.
Oh, right,
yeah. That's my dad, that. So it's called WM Alkins Limited, the company you see outside of the van.
Yeah.
So he decided when he took it over, he'd just keep the same name. Everyone knows what it is. So
yeah, exactly.
There's no point changing.
But my mate had a butcher shop in Swinton where I live, and it was known as Stew Pots for years.
Yeah.
And he never changed it.
No
For the 10 years he had it, he never changed it because everyone calls it Stew Pots.
Yeah, people know what it is, so there's no point changing it.
And what time did your day start then this morning?
About 5:30, 5:45 we get here.
Every day?
Every day, and then finish at 4 o'clock.
It's a long day, that, mate.
A long day, isn't it? But it's alright.
And straight to the gym at 4?
Straight to the gym after, train for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then go home.
and will this happen now? Because we're fight week. On Saturday, you have your biggest test today. You've got James Moorcroft, a guy you know very well. He knows you very well. How did it come about?
We just got the phone call, so we was waiting. Obviously, you know about the box off. We was waiting for that to be confirmed.
Yep.
For the final of that, and then they come back to us and said, "Look, we're definitely going to do it. We just don't know a date, so we'll get back to you. In the meantime, crack on with your career." So then we went back to Steve, but all the shows are pretty full at the minute. He had one down in Bolton on the 2nd of March, that was full, and then he was waiting on a date in April. So, and then this come up. So we said, yeah, I think it was Steve Lillis actually.
Do you never say no though, do you?
No, never. He rang Ryan. I don't have a choice anyway, mate. He rang Ryan and Ryan said, absolutely, we'll take it, yeah. So.
Well, let's go back to the fight you were talking about, because it was in September. It was another big gamble. You stepped in with Jake Goodwin, who's another VIP fighter, and it was on the box off, was it? Box off tournament, yeah. And you went down to Telford, I think it was.
It was Telford International Centre.
Yeah, and he caused a big upset. You know, not just the fact that you won the fight, but you knocked him out in the second round.
Yeah, it was it's a good fight actually. He's very technically correct and he's got a good jab. But what we did notice leading up to the fight was he just seemed to roll it a little bit. That's the only crack we saw. Just every time he threw it out, he brought it back, rolled it instead of bringing it straight back. And we worked on that shot over and over again. Like you say, you practice the shot 1,000 times, don't you? So worked on that shot over and over again, and that was what caused the start of the finish.
Is there anything that you've seen with James? Because listen, James has fought at a much higher level than you have. I think this is going to be James' 25th fight. This is going to be your 10th fight. So he's vastly more experienced than you.
Absolutely.
He's been on the big stage a few times, won on the big stage a few times, lost a few times on the big stage. But he believes, because I have spoken to him on the phone, he believes that, and he doesn't like making excuses. None of you do. I know you all take defeat on the chin like you should do. But sometimes there's always a reason. Yeah. And he feels like he's been weight training and perhaps he should have moved up 2 or 3 fights ago to this weight. Because when he originally started, he was a middleweight, you know that?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he was a middleweight when he first kicked over. And then he slowly moved down in weight. And then I think just after lockdown, as you all do, you know, without training, you naturally put a bit of weight on. And I presume it got a little bit harder for him, but as you are all true professionals, you just get on with it, don't you? You say you can make a weight, and you do make a weight. But it's whether you can perform at it. And I think the last couple of fights, he's not performed, taking nothing away from Matthew Rennie or Ethan James, who are both very, very good lads, both top amateurs, and both now top pros. So, but what makes Moorcroft a dangerous lad, not just his experience, but he can't afford to lose to you, mate.
No, I suppose that's true, mate. Absolutely. But we're not focused on that. We're just focused on us, what we need to do, and because you can get caught up too much, can't you? Thinking about
reading too much into everything.
Well, everything. You just turn up on the day, give it your best, mate, and whatever's going to be is going to be. It's already written in the stars, isn't it? So whatever's going to be.
Well, you obviously you take confidence because I believe preparations have gone really well.
Yes, mate. Yeah, we're feeling really in a good place. Feeling really fit, sharp, on point. Yeah, everything. No excuses, mate. Everything's going great. I mean, on weight.
Well, weight's never an issue for you. You're the guy who's always on weight, and this is heavy for you. You know, it's been made at 11 stone 5, is it?
11.5,
yeah, which is not your weight, but it's neither his weight, so I don't think anyone has any advantage that way.
No, that's true.
And you're also on arguably one of the best cards we've put on for a while, because you're up in Blackpool, and we've got a great top of the bill. We've got a central area fight between Willie Goldie Galloway against David Miller, both undefeated, both 6-0. And then we've got 4 other fights, one of them being yours, where we don't really know who wins. They're not what you call the learning fights. They're those fights that are 50-50 fights. You know, each probably think he'll think he's a big favourite going into this, James. But you believe you're very, very. I know I spoke to James. Ryan, your coach, and he's just been on the bell to bell, which will be going out later on today. And they speak about it, and he's supremely confident that you win, and not just win, but win in style.
Yeah, he has to be, doesn't he? Yeah, he has to be confident. If he weren't confident, it'd put me in the mud, wouldn't it? So yeah, of course we're confident. You go into every fight knowing, well, not knowing, but thinking you're going to win every fight with confidence.
Do you know something? You're a quietly spoken man. But I've seen you grow from when you first made your debut.
Yeah.
When it was just after lockdown, was it?
Yeah.
21?
22, I think. No. Yeah, 22.
21.
It'll be 22.
Was it?
22, yeah. I've only been, this is my 3rd year as a pro, this.
Right. So, but I
no, it will be 21, you're right.
Yeah, so I remember, because it wasn't the best of debuts.
No, it's shocking.
But steadily you've got better and better.
Every
This would be your 3rd huge upset if you do what your coach thinks you're going to do and what you think you're going to do.
Absolutely.
Because coming off your loss to Surgeon Bomber, you went straight back into that tournament that Steve set up.
Yes.
And you beat a kid who'd had 20 times more amateur fights than you. I think he had 103 amateur fights. Right. You had 6.
6, yeah.
And you went out there and you beat him, and I was really impressed with you, mate.
Outboxed him.
Yeah. No, it was
outboxed him.
Which I don't think anyone thought you could do.
No.
And then you had the great fight with Johnny Boycase for the central area, and I think again that was only your 6th or 7th fight, was it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And you didn't go your way, but you did yourself proud there, mate. And you know, going into that 6th round, it was very close to fight.
Wasn't it?
And then you got the opportunity, because even though you're the home fighter, we've got to get Stockport behind you, because if you win this fight, Stockport's got to get behind you.
Absolutely,
to give you the chance to really push your career in the way you want. Because at present you're taking these fights as even though you're VIP and he's VIP, you're in the away corner.
In the away corner, mate. Yeah.
Does that peeve you off a little bit?
Not really. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Like you say, you've got to prove yourself. So prove myself this time round, get the win, and then we kick on. And like you say, people should get behind me then, shouldn't they?
I hope so, mate. I hope so, because this would be a massive win. Because James has been there and done it on a much higher level. I mean, before he lost to Matthew Rennie, he'd won another VIP versus VIP where he fought Nathan Bennett and stopped Nathan in the 2nd round. And then previously on the Channel 5 show, he'd had I think a 4th round stoppage over I can't remember the guy's name, but he's always done well on the big stage. And he wants to get back on there, and to do that, he's got to beat you.
Yeah, that's it. And I want to be where he's been. I want to get to that stage, so I've got to be him. It's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Well, it makes for a good night, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
And as I say, you know, you got this fight, we've got the title fight on there, we've got young Jacob Bro stepping up to 8 rounds.
Yeah,
with a real live opponent. The
fighting?
kid, he fought the kid who beat, who took Joe Howard's Josh Sanford,
yes, yeah,
and he's 6-1 now.
Right.
So that's a big step up for him.
Who Josh is? That Josh Sanford?
Yeah, he's 6-1. But he's moved up in weight. He fought an Irish kid, James McGivern, I think his name was,
Right.
for the Celtic title. Fell short,
Right.
but he didn't make the weight, so he couldn't have won the title even if he would have won. So now he's moving up in weight, and yeah, a good test for Jake, especially because he's moving up to 8 rounds as well. So that's a good fight. Great top of the bill.
Brad Ray's on there, is he?
Brad Ray's on there. Hopefully this will be his final fight on our shows and getting back on the big stage. We've got
Kev's on there for
well, that's another one of those 50-50 fights. Kev Mazanaki against Lewis Wright, and both undefeated, both heavyweights. One's 3-0, one's 2-0, both coming off first round KOs in their last fights. So that's it's a packed card, and then the undercard is full of talented amateurs. Bronze medalist at the World Youth Games, Levi Barnes, Tom Berry, I think 4 or 5 times national champion, European medalist. There's 2 kids from the northeast added to show. Bo Smith, very exciting kid, and Adam Reichardt. It's a proper good card, mate. And yours is one of those fights where we don't know who wins. I think most people suspect James is going to win, but we don't know, do we?
No, we don't know.
I know you're very confident, though, aren't you?
I believe we're probably the only people that think we'll win. You know what I mean? Like our team, my team, and people around us are the only people that think we'll win.
Well, I can't argue with your coach no more, because he's proved me wrong twice. Not that I wanted you to win, you know that. I've got a lot of time for you, mate. But you've caused 2 big upsets, but there'll be none bigger than this one, mate.
Absolutely not. It looked good on the record, doesn't it? People click on it.
Well, listen, I'm going to let you get on, because you've got to do within the van. You're about to do your deliveries. You want to get them done. And are you going to take any days off? You won't be doing this on fight night, will you?
No, I won't be on not fight day, but
will you even take a day off on Friday?
Until Friday, no, I can't.
Because
it would have been day before weigh-in.
Right.
But my mum's not very well at the minute. She's got off some treatment, so I've got to work.
Right.
This is one of them things, mate.
Well, life's tough, isn't it, mate?
It is really, isn't
and
it?
You're in the toughest business.
Absolutely.
Listen, I wish you all the best. It's VIP versus VIP, and you know something? They never fail to deliver. So, when you fought Owen Kirk, even though I've watched it back a few times, you probably should have got the decision there, but it was a draw. And like I say, you've already beat 2 VIP older fighters, so is this going to be the 3rd one on the bounce for you?
Yes, mate.
Well, we'll leave it at that then. Rhys, you take care, mate. I'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, pal.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.